Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Hack That Funnel Radio. Thank you for being here today. We're going to talk about something that's kind of unique and a little bit different. I want to talk to you specifically about the reason we all got into this game and what the path actually looks like. A lot of us think that the path is perfect. We're going to be talking about how the path isn't exactly perfect, but how you can follow the path. What is that path that nobody really tells you that makes the game work? What is it? That's our podcast today. Now really quick, just make sure if this resonates with you in any way, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and let me know your comments. I want to hear your opinion on what we're going to be talking about. So listen and let me know, because I'll be in the comments responding to you. Let me know what your thoughts are, and let's get started. I have spent the last 5 years building hundreds of marketing funnels and systems for over 100 clients, and I can tell you, most of you are skipping the most important part of the funnel build. There is a secret step-by-step blueprint that makes every sales funnel profitable. What is it? That is the question, and this podcast is the answer. My name is Ben Moote, and this is Hack That Funnel Radio. So I just flown into Boise because I had just gotten hired on at ClickFunnels, and I was going to go meet Russell Brunson for the very first time. And so in Boise is my family home. That's kind of where I grew up, just outside of Boise. So I was staying with my family, which was really fun. My dad knew it was kind of a big day for me, and I was really excited. And so he went and said, "Okay, Ben, just a minute." And he went off into a back room, and he went and pulled out a poster, and he unrolled it. Now, I'd seen this poster a couple times. It was really interesting. He's like, "You should really give this to Russell. Like, I think he would really resonate with it." And me at the time, I was like, "That's cool, Dad. Thank you." And I looked at it, I was like, "Yeah, okay, thanks." And I put it back, and he was like, "Make sure you show it to him." I didn't show it to him. I didn't want to impede on it. So my dad wanted to show you this because he thought that you would resonate with it. I didn't want to be that person. And I was a grown adult. Like, I can do this. Like, I can have a conversation with somebody, you know. It's not an issue. And so I wasn't really worried. And so I didn't want to present it to him at that point because I'm like, yeah, we'll see. Now, meeting Russell Brunson was really cool, and he is a little different than you see him in the videos, but not a lot. The thing that's different about him is he makes the conversation the same way, he's happy the same way, he's got the energy the same way, but he's different in that his mind is always thinking, how can I overcome this issue? How can I make this better? He's always got a problem on his mind, on the back of his mind or at the very front, and he's looking at angles, ways to attack it, ways to get around it. And that's what's really, really powerful. And I didn't realize it when I was at the office for that time. I did not see it. Now, eventually, I went on and I became a funnel builder. I do it as a freelancer and as an agency eventually, which is what I do right now, and I do a lot of other things. But in honesty, there was one Funnel Hacking Live where Russell got on stage and he mapped out the road to success. And it was very dramatic. And Russell's road to success was a lot like the piece of paper that my dad had given me. And so I want to go over that piece of paper with you. I can't show it to you guys who are on the podcast. So I want you to just go to Google and look up the Etude Road to Success. The Etude is spelled E-T-U-D-E, the road to success. So for those of you who are on YouTube, you're also going to be able to see this as it pops up. So this is the graphic that my father wanted me to give Russell. And he was like, I think Russell's really going to understand this because of how he's built ClickFunnels. And now looking back at it and having interviewed so many different people and looking at my history and looking at Russell's history and all of these people, seeing the truth behind the success story where it's like a weekend success story, all that stuff. I made this much money in this many days. Where it's like, you think it was overnight? This is the true story of success. And I looked at this and went, well, yeah, of course. I didn't realize it takes time to walk through this road of success. It's not as simple as it's sold. So we're going to go into this map. It's going to be kind of in detail. The number one thing I want you to realize is, as we go through all of this is a faith-based game. And all of the failures you're going to realize is when you start to lose faith. And all the things that succeed is when you start to gain faith. If you want that success, you have to have faith and you have to continue with it with dogged determinants. And what does that faith mean? Like, a lot of us refer to that in a religious sense. This faith is more of a belief in action. You believe that it's real, and so you step forward and do it. That is what I define as faith. Okay, it's not just the belief, that's a hope, but belief in action. That is faith. And you have to be willing to act in faith, knowing that that result isn't right there, knowing that there is a path, but maybe you can do it all by yourself. Maybe you could find help. So let's go through this. This is where it all starts. We were all sold on this dream to get success. We're like, this is how I'm going to get success. This is how I'm going to, take care of my family. This is how I'm going to get that new car. This is how I'm going to get the beach house. This is how I'm going to do all these different things. There's this ideal of success. And we all say, ooh, that sounds much more attractive than where I am at. And for some reason, we decided to let go of what we currently had and say, yes, I want to move forward into this success. And we walked through the gates on this journey. This is your world. This is your time. It is your time to make life what it is. And what is the number one thing that you're going to hit automatically? Your number one temptation is going to be bohemianism. In other words, you want to be comfortable. You want to be able to feel comfort. The one reason you're not going to take action is because you want to stay comfortable. If you are comfortable, you feel comfortable, you will not move, period. You won't move. Doesn't matter if you have the right anything, you won't move. You have the right ideas, you have the right product, you have the right process. It's not going to work. If you want to put comfort first, you have to get rid of your comforts and state, this is the path, this is how I'm going to go, and you move forward. Now, as you round this corner after bohemianism and comfort, you're going to get to the I don't need system group, and I'm always right, and the know-it-all hotel. This is where you think you know it all. Your ego is massive. And if you can't get out of the way of your own ego of thinking you know everything, you're done. Game over. It doesn't matter how much you think you know. It matters what you don't know that's keeping you from success. And if you can't learn, if you can't take yourself out and learn, you're done. The know-it-all hotel is where you're going to be able to say, nobody can tell me and I don't need to practice and I'm a born genius. Well, good for you. That's where you belong. You don't belong on the path to success. You're stuck on the sidelines and you can talk about getting there all day long, but you're not going to get there. You're stuck talking to people. It's time to get your butt back off of the bench and get moving and get humble. Now, once you're willing to give up your comforts and you're willing to put your ego to the side, there are a couple things that are going to throw you off as you're going through this path and trying to figure it out for yourself. Number one, illiteracy. You don't want to learn and you're not going to learn and you're not going to read. You're not going to figure it out. Number one, that's going to suck you right in. Number two, conceit. It's your pride. Your pride will get in the way every single time, and it's one of the very first barriers just as you're getting started and rounding your very first corner. So be very careful. Check your ego every single day, every single moment, and move forward towards your goal of success. This is a really cool part of the rendering. When you are thrown off the little carousel of conceit, you are thrown into what's called the Mutual Admiration Society, where you are talking to everybody else saying, oh, you're the hit of the age. And you're a wonder, my boy, and oh, Caruso can't touch you. You're going to set the world on fire. This is where everybody starts pumping you up and making you feel awesome. Sometimes you kind of need that just to move forward. I understand that. But if you're living in that too long, you've stopped on the success and you have stopped your progression. And to be honest, you're not going to make it. You have to get your butt out of the chair, keep moving on the path to success. All right, so you've started on this road to success. We've gotten past your creature comforts. We've gotten past your ego. We've gotten past your pride. We've gotten past everybody trying to inflate your pride and you trying to inflate everybody else's. Now it's time to take the turn, and this is where we really start moving up this hill towards success on the top of the mountain. As you're moving towards this part of success, the number one thing that's going to keep you back still is yourself. It is you. And if you let yourself get in the way, it will kill you. The two big things that this calls out here is number one, your vices. What are your weaknesses? What are the things that keep you from finding success? Do you have a fear of money? Do you have a fear of serving others, of being in front of people and actually being able to give value, of making a difference? What are those vices that are stopping you? What are the things that are keeping you from moving forward? The other piece of this is specifically your bad habits. What habits do you have that are taking you off the road? Literally, when you walk past this thing, it's like a fan. And that's the way it's illustrated, which I love. Your bad habits will suck you off the path to success and toss you right back to the beginning. And you have to come back, you have to humble yourself, and you have to walk back up this thing. And the next time you have another bad habit that you allow to sweep you off your feet and shove you out is the minute you're done. Welcome to Humble Pie City. Now, if you can get past that, you want to make sure that you keep your reputation good. You are striving to keep giving this value. You are striving to do your best. You're running up this hill. Make sure you keep a good reputation, because that will kill all of those dreams instantly will suck you out. So beware of that as you keep going. Now, if you can keep your reputation in high standard, you can control your habits and your vices, you can keep your ego in check, and you can give up your creature comforts, then it's time to keep moving forward. But there are a couple things that are big traps. Number one, are you a charlatan? Now, this is kind of an old image, so the verbiage here is really fun, but are you faking it till you're making it? Are you a fake? Are you doing that? Now, there's a couple different places where you can leave because you're a fake, but this is one of them. Are you a charlatan, or do you follow a charlatan and it kicks you out? Beware of that. And around this whole area of charlatans is a really cool web with a couple of giant spiders. The first one is jealousy, and another one is do it tomorrow. Those two things are going to kill you every single time. This map is just, I love this map for so many reasons, but it's literally like everything that can stop you. And so it's a list of do not, do not, do not, do not, do not, and what you should do, which we're getting to here in a minute. At this point, if you've gotten here, you've realized one thing above everything else. You need a system. Oh, if you had a system, everything would work itself out. You wouldn't have to worry about all these pieces. This is where it works out, and you go, ha, I need a system. Now, when you start to create this system, there are still a couple things that are going to stop you. The number one is a system that is just a bunch of promises that's going to take you in a circle over and over and over. Its entire goal is to impede process. It is a fake system that doesn't help you move forward. It literally just keeps you in an infinite loop. Okay, you want to beware of the fake systems that promise that everything in all in one. You want to make sure that you are getting something that is the system to succeed entirely, or is the piece that you need in order to make the rest of the system work. The other thing that traps everybody is misrepresentation. Misrepresentation in your system is going to kill everybody. So you've created your system, you've walked through it. Make sure that you've created a system that actually works instead of putting you into a loop and does not misrepresent, because it will kill you right away. Now, at this point, when you start to build out your system, the number one thing you're going to look for is a shortcut. So I don't know if anyone's told you this, building a system sucks. I don't know of anybody who does not try to find some type of shortcut. This is just the road everybody goes on. Okay, system, where's the shortcut? How do I get this done? Easiest. Now, on this illustration, it's really cool. Everybody who takes the shortcut route, and which is the only route that's available right now, has to go down a ramp and then through a river. And this river is called failure, and it's literally sweeping people away. The amount of people that come up on the other side of the river are lower because failure is just killing everybody. Failure is the number one thing you must be willing to go through. You must be willing to go through failure to realize that this idea of shortcuts, even though it's branded that way, is failure. And that's okay. It's all right to fail. But you keep moving forward. You keep going towards your path, and you go there with dogged determination. It is your job to get there. And so you just keep moving forward. And then once you're finally able to grab on, you can climb up out of this ditch. You've made it past your failures. Now it's time to have some success. So after all this, you've gone through so much. The number one easiest thing for you to have right now is a bad temper. The minute you have a bad temper, it kills your systems, it kills everything, and it throws you right back into the river of failure. Make sure you don't do that, because it will act like a punching bag and just punch you right back in, which sucks. Stay away from that. So now as you control your temper, you're going to keep going on, and now it's time to be ever vigilant, because there are three things that will slide you right off this cliff face. Number one is carelessness. If you are careless, you will be swept off. If you are shiftlessness, which means you lack your energy or you don't have a lot of ambition, specifically because you don't feel like you have a purpose. You have to keep your purpose always in front of you, or it will swipe you right off the side. The third piece is bad memory. If you cannot remember all the pieces you're going through, it will swipe you off. This is the time to be ever vigilant and just keep moving forward and keep what you need to do in front of you at all times and push forward. Do not lose control. Keep regimented and move forward. Now at this point, you think you've done everything you need to. You've had some small successes. You've gone past giant failures. Now what we need to do is get moving into something that actually works. But in order to do that, you have to figure that out. This is where the issue of a lack of preparation comes in hand. Look, as you're going down this road, literally there are going to be those things that you just did not realize you needed to know. There will be a lack of preparation, whether or not you meant to do it or not. There are things you're just not prepared for in life, and that's okay. But you have to get over this hurdle. This is a little mini mountain you have to climb. You have to climb it, and you have to figure it out. You can do it. It's a little arduous, and it's a lot easier on the downside. Now you make it down this downside, now it's time to run. And as you're running, you're figuring this out. The number one thing that's gonna kill you right now, that kills a lot of people, is a spending spree. Because you feel like you've made it, even though you haven't made it. Be careful feeling like you have enough success that you can now go buy stuff. It will burn the entire bridge and it will pop you right off of the path. Make it past that, and now we need to get past laziness. When you feel like you have that success, that desire for comfort comes back. You've done all of this stuff, you just want to be comfortable. That laziness is going to put you in a chair and make you sip coffee, and it's going to keep you there as long as possible because, to be absolutely honest, it does not want you to succeed. It wants you to feel comfortable, and if you stop there, you never make it. Don't put laziness and comfort first. You have to keep moving forward. This is a sacrificial experience to say, yes, I am willing to get rid of this in order to gain this, and it must continue. If you want to succeed, you have to keep moving forward. Now, as you go, there are going to be people who are going to sell you bad business methods. Be careful of those as the next step. Your bad business methods are going to try to snap you in. They're going to be people. They're going to be pieces. They're going to be things in your business you just don't want to pay attention to, that you would rather have somebody else do. They're going to be people who are going to come out with bad business practices who want to help you. Be careful here. This is where you need to take a step back and make sure that you are doing the best work you can to take care of somebody. As somebody who's seen bad business practices before destroy companies, be very vigilant here. Move past them. Recognize them for what they are. Trust your gut and keep moving forward. Now, there's one last gate. If you can make it through this gate, you're done. This is the easiest gate at this point. You've done all of this work to get up here. The gate is the following. Do you have strong ideals or weak morals? If you have strong ideals, if you have principles that you are grounded in, you are literally one step through. You take this step and it is a straight on run to your goal. You are ready to go. It is time. The harp's going to play. It's going to be beautiful. But if you cannot hold on to your principles, if you cannot hold on to your morals and your morals are weak, it will act like a chute that will throw you right back out and put you right back at the very beginning, and you got to start the whole process over again, which is no fun, but it will destroy you. And then a little piece here, if you also have weak morals, it will also put you in the category of the faker. You'll be tossed right into failure, and it's time to get yourself out of those waters again, which is never fun. Now, all the way through this, what I love about this is that there is one thing that shortcuts the whole thing. There is a true shortcut, and it's getting on the train of success. Right when you walk in the gates of your goal, you want to make this happen, you want to achieve this specific success, there is a system. It is the system. And if you can believe that there is a system, there is somebody who has figured this out before, there is a way to do this that they have already lined out, then you trust that system, and that's it. That will help you get past all of these pieces. Just buy into somebody's system that is pre-proven, that has made this work. Find that. It's very simple to find, okay? A lot of people are going to scream, holy cow, this was it. You will see the reviews. You will see all these pieces. Jump onto the train that works. Jump onto the right system railroad station. When you do that, you're literally on that train. That train is going to take you past all of the vices. It's going to take you past your bad habits. It's going to keep you away from getting a bad reputation. It's going to move you past the charlatans and have you go past the misrepresentations, and it's the real shortcut on how to gain success. But you chose on the way back when, oh, I don't need a system, and it's giving you the longer route. But if you can say I need a system at the very beginning, then you can move past this. You're not looking for shortcuts. You don't have to delve into the river of failure. You literally is a bridge over it. And it's literally a couple seconds versus a lot of pain and suffering at the bottom. When you stay on this train, you stay away from carelessness, bad memory, losing your purpose and desire. And when you come to the mountain of a lack of preparation, guess what? If you are on the right train, It takes you straight through it because they've already prepared for the things that you didn't realize were going to be an issue. It's already done and taken care of. You literally get to go through the tunnel of this mountain in order to go to the other side. At this point, because you're still on the system, you're still listening, you're still holding on, you can go past all the spending sprees. You don't have to deal with that. You also get to avoid laziness, and you go straight through the gates of ideals, and it takes you right up to your success where the golden harp plays. The right system makes all this work, and that's what my dad found. That's what my dad really thought was really powerful. Here he saw me wanting to start an online business of my own, wanted to do all these things, and I'd looked up to and idolized Russell Brunson. Now, I hadn't lived at the house, I'd graduated college, I'd had my wife, but I'd started my own business. It had been several years, and it was kind of rough, and I was definitely having a hard time on this whole path. And here I was finally hopping on the train of Russell Brunson. And my dad said, he's getting it. And he pulled out this map and said, give this to Russell. I think he'll understand. Because Russell has made the system. And that was so cool to me. It was something that I didn't realize at the beginning. I thought, oh yeah, that is kind of cool. Thanks, Dad. And just kind of put it off to the side. But today, it means so much more, because when you state, I'm not going to follow so-and-so's plan, I'm not going to follow that plan, you are literally going through all of this and trying to find your own plan. And when you get to a point where you're finally succeeding to some point, all you do is you look over your shoulder and you realize the train just went past you. Well, that's the train I could have hopped on a long time ago. Oh, why is that going? And you start to get depressed. Don't get depressed. Find a way to hop on that train. Find a way to hop on the train. Swallow your ego. Find a way to hop on the train. There are right systems, there are right paths that have already figured out all of the issues and keep everybody in that system away from those issues as you keep moving up this mountain towards success. It will prepare you so that way you don't have a lack of preparation. It will make sure your ideals are correct. It will keep you from your own ego. It will keep you from laziness. But you have to jump on this train and you have to stay there. This is where you are. This is the path you follow, and you move on that train. You are on the ride. It is not your job to hang out of this train and say, oh, by gosh, by golly, I love watching everybody else. No, it's your time to be on this train and be there and give your very best. No desiring anything else. Be on the train. The train will take care of you. The system, the right system, will get you there. Now, before I went into this huge thing, I talked to you about the importance of faith. How faith defines all of this. And if you can have faith that somebody else has figured this out, if you can have faith that somebody else has figured out all of the pieces that you don't need to figure out, that there is a system out there that works, you make your life so much easier and the road is faster. That's the piece, but it has to be a faith-based action. Do your due diligence. Don't take blind faith. Do your due diligence. Do everything you can to prove it. Make sure it's real. Make sure it's legitimate before you buy your ticket. And then take that step of faith. Have that belief and that hope that, yes, I think this person has done it. And then will yourself to take that step. Because somebody has figured this out. There is a system. There is a proven way to do this. And it's your job to simply state, yes, there is a system. There is somebody who is helping other people do this. If I can trust that person, my success will be faster and easier rather than going through everything else myself. All of this is coming from somebody who for years spent so much time studying what everybody said because he didn't want to trust anybody. I studied Anik Singhal. I studied Russell Brunson. I studied Frank Kern. I studied Vic Strydos. I studied everything I could before taking steps because I was not willing to have faith in one person, in one path. And I wanted to know everything. Well, guess what? If you want to know everything, your ego is wrong. And you will puff yourself up with a hot air of conceit. And you will keep yourself away from going. As you keep trying to push up, your reputation is going to go against you. You're going to want to become a charlatan because this is so hard. You're not going to want to go and figure all this out in failure after failure after failure after failure. And if you do that, you just want to break. But no, You didn't do everything you needed to, and so you can fall back into all these things that kill you. There are so many issues that you can avoid if you trust. This is a faith-based game. And from someone who didn't have faith at the beginning, who has restarted this journey several times, have the faith. Trust. Move forward. Listen with extreme detail and take exacting action based on what they tell you and move forward. Now, when I was a teenager, we were watching the Olympics in the other room, which my dad always loved having us watch because it was somebody who had a goal and who struggled, and they told the story of the struggle, and you got to see their success, which is what he hoped for all of us. And during a commercial break, my dad and I went out to the garage to do something, and he turned to me and he said, "Ben, what are you going to do in the next 2 to 5 years?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to graduate college or high school. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to serve a mission for my church. I'm probably going to come back and finish college and get married and have a family." He goes, "But what do you want to do with your life?" And I was at a blank. I had no idea what my dreams were. I had no idea what it was. My father did everything he could, and still does to this day, to help ignite the dreams of his children and help support his children. My parents are amazing, and I think, and I am grateful every single day that I have them. But I'm here to tell you, do you have a dream? And if you have a dream, make sure you follow the roadmap to success. It's already been laid out. All you have to do in the easiest way is to swallow your ego, take faith, follow the right system, and this can work. But stay on that system. Trust, have faith, move forward with dogged with dogged determination. I've been having issues with that word this whole time. Keep moving forward. And I promise there is a golden harp at the end of the tunnel, and it is a beautiful melody. But you must keep moving forward. Dream, live, start to give back to the world, and let's do this together. Guys, I know this has been a little bit of rambling. If you guys stayed to the very end, you're amazing. Keep rocking it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
And bam! Thank you for being here. If you like this at all, it would mean so very much if you could leave a review, whether you're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, or wherever you are. Leave a quick review and let me know what your favorite story has been, or what you've learned that's been most impactful. It takes less than a minute, and it would literally mean the world to me. Go leave a real quick review, and I'll be working on the next episode for you.